So I saw this article over the weekend. I thought it was just interesting. It was, the 6 things that could happen in 2024 in the NFL that would have seemed absolutely preposterous entering the 2023 season. And, one of them was Justin Fields replacing Russell Wilson on the Steelers. Another is Jordan Love becoming the NFL's highest paid quarterback, which hasn't happened yet, but it may very well happen if he gets his long-term deal worked out this year. Number 3 on the list was the Detroit Lions advance to a second straight NFC title game, which would have seemed crazy going into the 2023 season. But this is where they're at right now, and we're excited as Lions fans because now we can think like winners do and set the goals accordingly. The goals and expectations for this team, get back where you were. Get back to the NFC Championship game. I think they have as good a chance as anybody. I think their roster is every bit as good as what San Francisco has or what Philadelphia has. And I think those are, along with the Lions, are the top 3 teams in the conference. I think below them, to whatever degree you want to say, Green Bay, Dallas, they're there. The Rams, Seattle, perhaps. But I think the Lions are in that upper echelon. They're part of the class of the NFC. And to get back there, that's now an expectation, or it's a goal, I guess. Maybe not be the expectation. You hope that happens. I mean, the expectation is you win the division. The expectation is you're hosting playoff games again. The expectation is that you win a playoff game. I heard Stoney say something last week I thought was actually kind of spot on. He says, look, once you get to the playoffs, it's kind of anything goes because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen, which team's going to show up, which team isn't going to show up in the playoffs. You don't know how injury is going to take a role in it. Getting to the playoffs is huge. Predicting what happens there, good luck with that. But I think the expectation for Lions fans is that you win another playoff game. You validate what you just did. And with this roster, it feels like they should. But I was thinking about this, King. So for me, looking ahead, what could be the headline? And I'm thinking about a headline that says something to the effect of Lions rookie class from 2023 set to start from 2024, poised to pace the league in 2025, meaning that Rakestraw and Arnold become starters. And these are the guys, these are the reasons that this defense has taken it to a whole new level of being competitive, where we're not just talking about how great the offense is. It feels like right now the narrative with the Lions is all about the offensive line and all about what the offense can do. And that we're hopeful that the defense is better. But then maybe that's the crazy headline looking ahead a couple years from now or going into the next season, that we're talking about how great that secondary is because of the youth on this team, because of the 2 rookies they got coming in here, because of Brian Branch from last year, that could be it.
Well, having a Carlton Davis.
I don't even know if Carlton Davis is going to be here past this season.
No, but I mean, if Rakeshaw is starting, you're saying, he's got to show something for that headline to be, for 2025.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is on the rookies. This is just my own personal thing that I can throw out there along like this, like these headlines. I think that the secondary is going to be the story going into 2025 of why the Lions are going to get back to or get to where they need to be. You're going to be talking about how balanced this team is because of the secondary.
That's your, preposterous or
something that seems crazy. How crazy you're going to rely on 2 rookies? Because the Lions went crazy and went with, defensive back with the first 2 picks in the draft. And to think that those 2 guys are both going to be starters in 2025 and lead this team.
Yeah, they could be. I guess. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Whoever. I mean, we suspect it's going to be Arnold that's going to start opposite Davis, but it could be Rakeshaw. I mean, this is going to be a battle throughout camp. They're not just going to hand it to Arnold because he was the first-round pick.
Right.
Rakeshaw was a 2nd-round pick. It's not like he's a undrafted rookie that's beating him out.
No.
My crazy headline would be Jared Goff wins the MVP.
Oh.
And here's the reason why. A lot of the MVP has to do with team success.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions have a chance, I say a chance, to have the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. And if you do that, let's say the Lions win 14 games. They go 14-3, and they get the number 1 seed. Jared Goff, you would expect to play well. And with all the weapons he has, another year under Jahmyr Gibbs' belt, another year under Sam Laporta's belt, another year under Jameson Williams' belt, it almost feels like Jameson Williams, this is like his first real year. The first 2 years where he was either suspended or hurt, right? This year, you get the experience of the first 2 years, but hopefully you get a full 17 games, if not, 16 to 17 games out of Jameson Williams. Of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown is just, you can lock him in for 100-plus catches, and he does what he does. But I think with Penei Sewell and that offensive line, Jared Goff's numbers could be very inflated, along with a very good record, could get you the MVP.
I like what you're saying there because I think you're spot on.
Crazy, but it's possible.
Yeah, but that's how that discussion gets going. Is it's the overall success of the team. That's why when you look at Brock Purdy, people were talking about him because San Francisco was so good.
Then they, I think, lost 3 out of 4 or something crazy happened, and then he basically lost the MVP. They said.
But people will look at the team that ends up with the number 1 seed and who's the best player in that team, who's been most consistent, which I think would be. And here's why I think it's very saucy for you. Because Jared Goff gets no love nationally for being an upper echelon quarterback. He gets love nationally for being a nice story, a comeback story, and he's with this Lions team. And the story of the Lions, it's Dan Campbell. It's not Jared Goff. And we're closer to it, and we see there's more to Jared Goff than what people are giving him credit for. And it's shown when people rank quarterbacks and put quarterbacks in different tiers, and the disrespect of Jared Goff to have him ranked at like 15th or 16th in the league. And, it's amazing that, people will look at this team and they'll talk about all the great things they have going on offense and Jared Goff's there too. It's like, wait a minute, this guy's really good. And if the team does well, if the team does the John Jansen 14-3, gets the number 1 seed, then you, my friend, are onto something.